Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Now let me check my. Yep, we're live. Hello, everybody. So, let me put a stream on my phone so I can see my live chat and all that. It just helps, okay? You won't see any feedback. Oh damn! I've only got one viewer now. But yeah, this is working. Hello, one viewer. Oh, Sam. Yes, Sam. Hello. Okay, so we're going to be reacting to the Gorilla Tag lore. In my playlist somewhere is I cannot find it. Oh my goodness, I've got that old Rainbow Friends series still here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, well, yeah. Aha, some more watch later. Okay. That's... Okay, I cannot hear that whatsoever. Turn up my volume. So today we're going to be reacting to this video. It's 7 minutes long, and I will be pausing, by the way. So, all right, let's go.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Gorilla Tag lore?
Yes.
That's insane. But before you poop your pants, chill it out. Gorilla Tag is a game.
Is that just ripped off the trailer? Okay. Already, yes, this will be a long form as well. Already, this is ripped off the Gorilla Tag trailer. So I can see this guy likes his stock footage.
But nobody's covered it yet. So I'm going to be going over these secrets. And at the end of the video, I'm going to create a timeline. So let's start out with something simple.
Let me just go back. This emoji, I cannot escape this emoji, and I love it so much. Hello, Mally. My cat walked in. Alright. Let's keep going. Monkey.
The gorilla you play as in Gorilla Tag is obviously a silverback gorilla. You can tell by its features like the skeleton and its face.
Give me a minute. This image. What is this? What kind of gorilla am I looking at? This is not a gorilla. Why is he a milkman? Alright. I need to turn on subtitles. I can't hear this guy speak.
These gorillas don't have legs.
No legs.
Communities come up with tons of theories about this, but the game doesn't explain it at all. It's kind of just a normal part of the gorilla world. Maybe they fixed an issue during evolution. There's a really popular...
Actually, my theory for the gorillas without legs is that, well, they couldn't get anywhere. And so they needed to get up to the trees, but they couldn't do that. So they kind of just, they just evolved into these legless gorillas. And it just helps them move. That's my theory. They did have legs. They just decided to get rid of them for some reason. Alright, I'll keep going. Actually, yeah, that works. That's very reasonable, actually.
But I get where the theory's coming from. There's human skeletons in the game, which I'll talk about later.
Wait, what? Wait, so... Give me a minute. Are you telling me... Let me just go back. So that is Lucy. Yep, that's not the Halloween Lucy. That is the Lucy. So... Why... Like... How is this human? Because it says here, the human skeletons to the game. I don't know why it's to the game. I think the subtitles might be a bit broken there. But that is not a human skeleton. Wait, actually, no, if we go back to this, so if that's a gorilla skeleton, that actually looks very different from this skeleton over here. So, yes, Mr. Sam, subscribe or Mally will get you. Don't be Mally. But yeah, I do actually kind of see that now. They don't look too alike, but at the same time they kind of do. So I'll keep that in mind. We're only a minute through. What time is it? It's only been 5 minutes. Also, like, what is this? Like, why is this on my For You page? Has my cousin been on my phone again? I really hope he hasn't. Anyway, let's keep going.
And there's also human voices.
Yes, there are human voices.
Gorilla Tech has a lot of game modes, and all of them the gorilla turns into something. Usually turns into lava, or maybe ice. But the point is, nobody knows.
Wait. Where? Let me just get back to that.
Usually turns into lava, or maybe ice.
That, confirmed, is not ice. However, I don't actually know what that is. Let me look that up. What does the gorilla turn into in the hunt game mode G-Tag? It does not change into a different creature. So let's have a look at the wiki. Because that's not ice. Freeze tag is ice. So hunt was the first game mode to use objects that aren't available cosmetics. You know, I don't... There's so many ads. Oh my gosh. A water monkey. Okay, so I was thinking water. Yes. They turn into water monkeys. So, yeah, that's right.
The point is, nobody knows how tagging works. And honestly, I don't know either.
Well, paintball tagging is literally, it's just being painted. So, we know how that works.
The only thing we know about tagging is the lava monkeys from the infection game mode. And it has to do with this. Wait, no, this.
Right.
The lava monkeys come from the volcano. And I know it's true because the developers confirmed it themselves.
Yes, they did. Lemming and Frank did say that.
You see, before the volcano update dropped, Gorilla Tag posted this on their Twitter. And this basically confirms the
Yeah. Exactly. I wish I could zoom in on that. When I make the long form video, I will zoom in on the volcano. But that just... This gives us more questions than answers. See, I'm part of the Deltarune fandom. I'm tapping into my theory powers here. You know, it's a slippy walls. So, how did the gorillas get to the volcano in the first place? Wait. Oh my goodness, now I'm really confused. Yes, good question. How does it disappear? Like that, it went after the update, didn't it? So maybe it explains all of this.
You know, and what's better, when you touch the lava in the update, you turn into a lava monkey. How does this work? No clue.
Oh,
There isn't any
right.
information on other monkeys like the rock or ice monkeys, but I think when you're playing ghost tag, the taggers kill you. And you
Yes.
That's the only logical explanation in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
And now for one of the creepy parts of the lore.
Creepy?
This is not really that creepy.
Oh, right.
But this is Lucy.
That's
We
Lucy,
have
yeah.
many variants, like the one in Mayans. But we're going to focus on the one from the Halloween updates.
Okay.
After the Bayou update, we got even more info on Lucy than we've ever gotten. A while ago, they released an update where they added a sewer lid. When it
Yeah.
opened, it revealed another swamp map. This
So,
is completely different.
I'm guessing he's going to talk about the statue that everyone thought was Echo. And they were like, oh my goodness, Echo's been added to the game. No. Oh. Got my mouse. No, Echo is not canon. Echo is something purely from the fandom. But no, that was Lucy. And so I think the reason she's wearing the sun hat is because the sun hat is also blue. Lucy, if you think about it, is blue.
Different than the one we had in the rotation map. But it had a house, and this house not only had a Lucy
Yes,
grave,
that's
but
the
it
Lucy's
had a
house.
painting of Lucy, as well as
Aha! Yes, that's Lucy, and that's the baby. I think the baby's called Greg. I think that's complete fan lore. I'll show you. But yes, this is fan lore. It's by a YouTuber called Fasayax G tag, I think. Aha, yes, look. That's Greg. Yeah, look, Greg's Great Fall. This is a very cute animation as well. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and subscribe to Fasayax. There's very cute animations. Anyway.
statue of it. How we look?
Yeah, that's not Echo.
Trust me, bro. I'm just kidding. They have a ton of clues pointing to this. First of all, the cosmetics in the Mask Gorilla store were Lucy themed. For example, this mask.
Yes.
Lucy's grave is also right next to the statue.
I literally never even noticed that. I just thought it said R.I.P. Look. Bye. Oh. I hope this works. Yeah, you can barely still see it, but that it's there. It says Lucy very briefly. I actually know someone called Lucy. I wonder if they're watching this.
This statue also has a
Probably not.
This isn't a coincidence. There could be many ways she died. Maybe it was the lava monkey.
Probably,
Maybe it
yeah.
was the man in the other painting. We might never know. There's bigger mysteries to focus on at the moment.
Yeah, they will probably reveal.
Is there a leaf holding up a 300-pound monkey? How did these gorillas shrink
Exactly.
down? And who are the city heads?
Wait. Yes, I forgot about these. Oh my goodness. Bro, I literally forgot these guys even existed. When was this made? So this was only made 3 months ago. It was made by Milkman Goat. Subscribe to Milkman, guys. Don't be a milkman. Anyways, I think they are... There must be some kind of... If you go to Metropolis in the game, yeah, there is... there are like buildings surrounding it. What my theory is, past those buildings, there is going to be some kind of bigger city where the gorillas can actually fit in the buildings. That city is the city we see in the city map. So like the nice gorilla store map. So that could be where all the gorillas actually live. I wouldn't say any gorillas live in the stump. Or like that. And also, if you think about it, in the gorilla world, there's no food. In the bigger city where the gorillas live, there would be probably shops. So yeah. Also, how have I gone down to 1 viewer? That's actually sad. My volume.
Were added back when the city came out. When they added mountains to the game, they added even more. And it stayed that way for a while. But they were removed when they revamped.
Yeah.
People have plenty of theories, but the answer's simple. Have you seriously never looked out your windows before? These aren't people watching us, but they're fellow gorillas looking out their windows.
Yeah, exactly.
Though I have to admit, it isn't a very good view. And honestly, I think Lemming just added these heads to creep us out. I don't think he ever planned an actual story. If you're looking for an interesting story, then too bad. Also,
Yeah.
why the heck are these monk eyes so ugly?
Yes.
You didn't know. The monk eyes are a parody of the beholders from Dungeons and Dragons. You can see them.
Yes. I didn't even know these guys were from Dungeons and Dragons. I think I did see a meme about this. Wait. Should probably keep a spare YouTube tab open. Wait, so it's G-tag Dungeon or Monster meme. I can't find it. Also, Trollface edits. Ugh. But yeah, I saw a meme.
This is because the dungeon in the basement map is a game board. In this basement,
Yeah, fair
all
enough.
the nerdy gorillas meet up to play this game. All of them start at the beginning, and they try to make it to the chest without getting caught, or they'll have to start over.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
why the science behind how they shrink. It's quite literally impossible in real life, but hey, it's a video game, so you shouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah.
So let's worry about it. I believe that how they shrink has to do with this moon thing.
Yeah.
What is this moon thing? It's like it happened and it was super hype.
Yeah.
Everyone just forgot about it.
Exactly, bro. My first Gorilla Tag video was literally about the moon.
Canonically, a giant eye disguised as a moon that alters gravity. There's
Yep.
no scientific explanation for this, and it's super confusing.
And why is there no scientific explanation for this? Because it's a Gorilla Tag, and Gorilla Tag is a game, so it's fantasy. Boom. I just solved the entire Gorilla Tag lore. I am a genius.
But it makes a lot of sense.
Also, why am I losing so many viewers?
So if it comes close to Earth like it does a Gorilla Tag, then it would definitely affect gravity. But
Fair
that's
enough.
explain why everything is great. Okay, hey, it's me from the future. After recording this, that's not how science works. So I'm gonna let him keep yapping, but that's not what would happen if the moon, came close.
Oh.
Just letting you know.
Penguin Gravity, hello.
So it might not be canon. However, the exact same moon shows up in meteor form in the Guardian. And if it chooses
Oh my gosh, yes.
My theory is that the monkeys used this to shrink in size, which is a pretty bad theory. But it's the only logical explanation I actually
see. Probably. Oh, bye, Opal.
It's super confusing. The science doesn't make sense. Skeleton members. There's a gorilla skeleton and a gorilla skeleton.
Yes,
Either
exactly.
on purpose or the developers just decided to make a new model. One of the skeletons
Probably the developers.
And the other looks more like a gorilla. I'm just gonna say they're both gorillas and they updated the skeleton model.
Yeah.
How about I just do the dumb timeline and get this over with? A long time ago, a volcano and forest erupted, and lava started to rise. Some gorillas touched the lava by falling into it or just touching it out of curiosity. But the lava took control of them, and it created a pandemic of lava monkeys. Eventually, the gorillas figured out how to control it, and they turned it into a game. A display of dominance to see who the better gorilla is. It's an endless loop of tagging and running. The gorillas
this is genius.
Super advanced.
This is actually genius. I never would have come up with this on my own.
Building cities and skyscrapers, and they even figured out how to fly and shrink to the size of a man. And that's it. That's the word.
Yeah, fair enough. I do want to check out another video. That's by Mr. Fuge VR. It's this one. Oh, not an ad.
Gorilla Tag has big mysteries. Why does the rocket ship exist?
Oh my gosh. British! Let's go! W Fuge for being British. Anyways. Yeah, I will do another Roblox stream. But dude, Mr. That Penguin guy, can you tell people to join the stream, please? I don't want to sound desperate, but yes, please.
The lava monkey infection started. Well, after hours and hours of thinking and connecting the dots, I finally came up with a completed storyline and Gorilla Tag's lore.
That he can tell in for 3 minutes. Wow, that's... You know what? That's not surprising, actually.
The story begins with a group of monkeys in forest. They had built this home for themselves and lived a peaceful life until one day.
I think I should try and make like cinematic stuff like this. This is cool.
Alien invasion occurred, transporting a kind of infection called the lava monkey infection. This disease spread through touch. This trapped the gorillas in an infinite loop of catching and losing the disease. But the gorillas weren't phased. They continued with their lives, practicing skills and finding maps. They found 2 maps, canyons and caves, but in canyons there was something very special. In the depths of the canyons, you could see there were a bunch of sparkling shiny rocks. They instantly got to work, excavating the special stone. This gave the gorillas a bright idea. They made cosmetics and invented a new currency, shiny rocks. This helped the gorillas develop their civilization even more. With it,
I don't want to like talk smack about food here, but you know, I think the canyons part of this. I don't think those shiny rocks came from canyons, to be honest. If we look back to the bit where they
found 2 maps, canyons and
caves over here. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff. This is a rock. And it's shiny. Shiny rocks.
They decided to build a rocket ship to go and get revenge against the aliens. But before they did, let me introduce you to a special gorilla, Lucy. Lucy was loved by every gorilla. She was so kind to everyone, and she even had a child, PBBB. But one child...
I'm not watching this anymore. Well, I want to watch this. And I pointed out earlier, this is fake. Well, I didn't actually point it out earlier. I said Greg was the child earlier. But, I mean, yeah. PUV, Echo, Daisy09, everyone like that. It's all fake. Don't. It's just 7-year-olds playing pretend.
PUV passed away. Many other young gorillas followed the same.
Where's that? Did I just say PUV passed away?
Day, PUV passed away.
Yes!
Many other young gorillas followed the same fate, and it seems that they couldn't detach themselves from their home, as many ghost sightings appeared. From a mixture of grief and bad health, Lucy also passed away. The civilization of gorillas built gravestones for all the lost monkeys and Lucy. Lucy would then go on to haunt every Halloween, picking up gorillas like she picked up her child. This event motivated the gorillas and began to craft a place to put the aliens after they captured them. They were successful, trapping the aliens inside a maze. These were definitely the aliens that caused the
Monk eyes. I don't think they're the aliens. Back at the start, that's Mr. Alien.
maze. These were definitely the aliens that caused the infection, as whenever they saw any gorillas, they shot an orange beam of lava at them. The gorillas moved on with their lives, decorating the countless maps they had found for every holiday and season. The gorillas, wanting to expand their creativity, started to revamp maps like caves and clouds. And after a while, they decided it would be a good idea to make a hole in the ground where they could make any map that they want. This was called the rotation.
You know what? That's actually so cool.
Gorillas also decided to build a huge city called Metropolis. It was clear the gorillas were expanding in their creativity and their strength, so they even took it a step further and they made an arcade. It included a nice social area with a whack-a-monkey game that was carefully crafted by the gorillas. Running out of ideas, they decided to make a monument for Lucy's life, recreating Lucy's old ragged house, along with some paintings of her and her son. There was also a statue that included them both, and this was a nice addition to the map. Where could the gorillas possibly go from here? Of course, they had to make a virtual reality headset inside the new arcade map that they had
The virtual reality headset is so ironic.
just built. Now, life was peaceful for the gorillas, and they were finally starting to settle in, until one gorilla noticed a huge crack in the moon.
Oh, that's fine, that's good.
The ones to start the lava monkey infection coming to strike again. This took a lot of thinking, but this is what I think the Gorilla Tech storyline is, if it even has a storyline. I don't even know, bro. If this video gets 1,000 likes, then I'll make a poem about the gorilla.
Well done. I am going to try my hardest to come up with my own storyline. I'll try, okay? So, if we take everything from that video, there should be, so I'm not believing the alien part, I'm going with the volcano. So the volcano was there, the monkeys touched the lava and became lava monkeys. But I don't think it was like a virus infection like those blimmin' horror AUs. I think it was like, I don't know. I think it was like they knew what they were doing and they made it into a fun game of tag. Yeah. And then Lucy, I don't think has that much relevance, to be completely honest. But then the moon, I think that cracked. And then that's how they got all of the power to make like the shrinking in the dungeon and like all of that crazy stuff. Anyway, I've run out of things to say. I'll watch this video. If I have time later, I'll do another stream. But hopefully I'm going to do some fan lobbies in a little bit. And so if you guys want to do fan lobbies, then feel free to come on because, well, who doesn't like fan lobbies? We're going to do only up. We're going to do all that tat, so give about an hour or so, and I'll do fan lobbies. But I'm gonna go ahead and round this stream off. This chat's the biggest chat I've had in a long time. Thank you, Opal VR. Thank you so much. Adam Pro, Penguin Guy, YT, and Kazals. Or how do you say that? Kazazzles, I think. Anyway, I will see you later. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.